Have you ever felt a pull towards something so strong it felt like a magnetic force, almost as if it were calling your name from across a crowded room? What if that feeling wasn't just a random wish, but a signal that the very thing that you want is actively searching for you? Welcome back to Next Level with Nathan. This is the place where we decode the timeless spiritual laws and the wisdom of the world's greatest minds, making them practical for everyday people like you and me. Our mission is to help you move from a life of pain or struggle into the next level of your purpose and power. We believe that what you're looking for is also looking for you. But before we get into this life-changing lesson, I want to invite you to become a partner in this mission. I'm not asking you to buy anything, nor do I have a sponsor. Every time you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, or share this video with someone you believe will benefit from these, you're doing more than just helping a channel grow. You are sending a signal of hope out into the world. You're helping us reach one more person who is ready to step out of their past and into their God-given destiny. Your engagement is the fuel that allows this message to spread, and I am so grateful for it. Now let's talk about a spiritual principle that once you truly grasp it, will change the way you look at every single desire you have for the rest of your life. The principle is this: who and what you desire also desires you. Another way of saying it is, what you want wants you even more. This is a radical departure from how most of us are taught to see the world. We experience desire as a painful lack. For example, when you say, I want a new house, that normally translates in reverse to, I don't have a new house. It feels like a painful gap between us and our want, which signals unhappiness. We start seeing ourselves on one side of a great divide, and on the other side are our dreams, abundance, love, health, or success. And so we believe our job is to work, struggle, and strain to build a bridge to get over there. But what if the divide is actually an illusion, and the desire you feel is actually the bridge itself, extending itself from the other side, inviting you to simply walk across? From a quantum perspective, everything exists as a wave of potential. Your thoughts and feelings are an electromagnetic signal you broadcast into this field. And that potential reality, that version of you who is already healthy, wealthy, and in love, isn't passive. It has its own vibrational signature and it has been patiently waiting for you because it literally desires to lock in with you and your frequency. The intense pull you feel is your inner guidance system locking onto that frequency. It's like tuning a radio dial and suddenly hearing a faint signal from a distant station. The music was always playing, you just had to tune in. That vibrational reality is calling to you saying, I'm over here, I'm real, come and get me. This is the very heart of the law of attraction. Your desire is not a sign of absence, it's a sign of vibrational presence. The only thing that ever stops the delivery is your own contradictory vibration, such as doubt, fear, or impatience, or a feeling of unworthiness. The desire itself is the universe's yes. Our job is to stop saying no with our contradictory thoughts. Dr. Joseph Murphy explained this perfectly. He taught that your conscious mind is the captain on the bridge of a ship, giving the orders. Your subconscious mind is the crew in the engine room that nobody sees, but accepts those orders without question. When you consciously say, I want success, but you emotionally feel the fear of failure, you are giving two different commands. The subconscious, which only responds to the powerful language of feeling, accepts the fear as the real order and proceeds to create more circumstances of failure. Your contradictory vibration confuses the crew and stalls the entire ship. This idea runs even deeper from a spiritual view. Great mystics from Rumi to Neville Goddard taught that your deepest, most authentic desires are divine impulses. The creative power of the universe, as Neville taught, wants to experience life in a new way, and the desire you feel is the pressure of that potential seeking an outlet. Joel Osteen would say that God planted a dream in your heart. It's a sacred mission being whispered to your soul. Life itself is seeking to express more of its own abundance and love and has chosen you as the perfect vessel. To have what you want, you must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This is the key. This is the spiritual method Dr. Joseph Murphy and Neville Goddard taught for impressing the subconscious mind. You're not trying to manipulate another person or force an outcome. This is not about imposing our will upon somebody else's free will. The very act of trying to force an outcome comes from neediness and lack. That energy is a contradiction to faith. The real work is to trust the divine intelligence behind the scenes. When you do the internal work correctly, one of two beautiful things will happen. God will either bring that specific person or thing into your life in a natural and harmonious way, or He's already working on something for you that is what you thought you wanted, times 10, something even better. And this reveals a profound secret. Your desire is not really for a specific person or thing. It's for the feeling that person or thing brings to you. You might be hoping for reliable transportation, and in your head, that might be a Toyota. But behind the scenes, the universe is actually conspiring to bring you a Lexus. You may think you want an X-Bag. What you're really looking for is the feeling of companionship and love. The universe, which is all about expansion, may know that that season of your life has already passed. But now you are in line for something even better. This is called the art of allowing. Once you have planted the seed in your imagination, your work is done. You don't pursue, you don't chase, you don't try to force the outcome. As the great Florence Scovel Shinn taught, you must practice the law of non-resistance. Pushing, forcing, and worrying are all forms of resistance that hold your desire at bay. The real power comes from what she called casting the burden. You take the desire with all of its anxiety and you consciously turn it over to the Christ within, the infinite intelligence, and then you go free. You act with what she called active faith. You prepare for the good that's yet to come. If you ask for a new love, you make space in your life for that person. If you ask for abundance, you don't hoard. You act from a place of trust. This confident, peaceful action signals to the universe that you know your good is already on its way. So how do you know it's working when you truly let go? It can be scary. What happens is you begin to see what the great Wayne Dyer called synchronicity. The universe starts to give you little winks and nods. For example, let's say you're focusing on bringing a specific person back into your life or attracting a new partner. After you've done the internal work of feeling loved and secure, then you let it go. Then the synchronicities begin. You might be driving and the song that was your song with an ex suddenly plays on the radio, not once, but several times randomly throughout the week. Or if you're seeking new love, you might overhear a conversation about a new local spot, and then you feel this inexplicable desire to go there, only to meet someone fascinating. The same goes true for tangible desires as well, like buying a home on the beach. You did the work. You felt and imagined waking up to the sound of the waves and assuming the feeling of ownership. Then you release it. The following week, out of the blue, a colleague mentions that their cousin who moved to a coastal town is now a real estate agent who specializes in coastal properties. You weren't even discussing your desire. It just randomly popped up in a random conversation. Later, you might be scrolling online and an ad pops up for a mortgage broker with unusually low rates for the exact same area you were picturing. These are what Neville Goddard called the bridges of incident, the natural, unforeseen series of events that the universe orchestrates to bring your assumption into reality. But the most important confirmation is internal. You will feel a shift from anxious wanting to this state of just peacefully knowing. The neediness dissolves, replaced by a quiet confidence that is already done. So trust the pull and do not vibrate lack by pushing. Honor that deep ache of desire within you. It's not a curse, it's actually a compass. It is the homing signal of your soul pointing you toward the next greatest version of yourself. It's the universe whispering your name. It desires you. It is calling for you. It is pulling for you even more than you are pulling for it. Your only job is to let go of the resistance and let it all flow in. What you want wants you even more. And what I want is for you to have an excellent day. Rest easy, live in faith, and trust the divine process.